Have you heard of singularity? Singularity is this mind-bending principle of recognizing the beginning of something only after we are already inside that something. Intelligence is beginning to improve intelligence so quickly that the future will stop behaving like an extension of our past. If that loop ever closes, what happens? So when we're talking about AGI, superintelligence, and singularity, we're describing three different ideas. AGI, well, that's the broad intelligence across many domains. If you've heard of superintelligence, that is an intelligence that exceeds our human intelligence. Singularity is the chain reaction that could follow when intelligence begins helping create even greater intelligence. We build a powerful AI. That AI discovers a better algorithm, a training method, a chip design, experiment, or piece of code. Those improvements help us create an even stronger AI. That stronger system becomes better at finding improvements required to build the one after it. Each cycle takes less and less time, and each cycle tightens and tightens. In 2017, AlphaGo Zero began with no human gameplay data, and it became its own teacher. It played against itself, learned from the results, and then improved. And after 3 days, it defeated the previously published champion-beating version of AlphaGo. It beat it 100 games to 0. AI had created the experience it needed to get better. That's one part of the loop. Next part of the loop, Google DeepMind's AlphaEvolve moves the loop from learning into invention. It generates algorithms, then tests them, keeps the strongest candidates, and evolves them again. So AI is now helping improve parts of the machinery that produces AI. Wait, we're still bending here. OpenAI's GPT 5.6 Soul uses it throughout its own development process, also designed and ran hundreds of experiments of its own draft model. Then there's the Darwin Machine, and it adds self-modification into this loop. It edits its own coding agent software, and then it tests the new versions, keeps the descendants that perform better, and uses those descendants to continue the process. The latest? Astra. It adds another requirement to this singularity loop, which is range. A system capable of contributing to its own successor would need mathematics, code, scientific reasoning, systems engineering, cybersecurity, and the ability to move between them. OpenAI's Astra produced 10 results that either resolved or substantially advanced long-standing problems across mathematics and theoretical computer science. 6 days later, OpenAI disclosed that Astra's preliminary evaluations were too strong, that it could not rule out its critical cybersecurity threshold. That threshold includes developing functional zero-day exploits across many hard and critical systems without human intervention, or executing an entirely new end-to-end attack from a higher level goal. The defining change would actually be the time between those generations. Examples: medicines could be designed faster, new materials discovered, energy systems optimized, mathematic problems solved, entire scientific fields accelerated. The deeper we move into the loop, the harder the future would become to map, because every breakthrough would change the intelligence responsible for producing the next breakthrough. And that's why the singularity feels almost mystical. It is the horizon where intelligence becomes part of the machinery creating the greater intelligence. And human history begins moving at a speed we have never experienced. What does this mean for you, and why am I talking to you about it? The practical response to all of this is adaptability. Keep your context, your institutional memory, your workflows, your permissions, your standards, your human relationships, your human judgment. Build an organization capable of absorbing stronger intelligence without losing its identity or rebuilding itself every time the frontier moves. We are standing in the foothills of the singularity. Hassabis may be a little bit early. He may be a little bit early. All of the pieces of the loop are actually here. The question is, will they ever connect tightly enough? If they do, the signal to watch is the shrinking amount of human work between AI-generated improvement and the stronger system that inherits it.